Exhilarating sports talk coming up next on The Doug Stewart Show in about 2 minutes. Stay tuned. We're about to have some fun. That's right. Sports talk, guy talk, right here on The Doug Stewart Show. Show coming up in about a minute and a half. Hold on. You have entered a no puppet zone. That's right, no puppetry around here. The Doug Stewart Show coming up in about 1 minute. The realest, treeless, most unfiltered sports and guy talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show coming up in about 30 seconds. Yes!
Doctor, this is the mayor talking.
All right.
Doctor,
Come on, what?
always do the right thing.
If you came here to hear for fake, you are in the wrong place. We are for real around here. We keeps it real. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the livest, the realest, the trillest sports talk show in America. Are you not entertained? This is Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Yes! Game time. Yes, sir. All right, there we go. Yes, sir. Hey, what's happening? Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. Studio audience like, what the hell's going on? We good, man. We good. Thank you so much for joining your boy. This is a Man Talk Monday, and oh boy, we got a lot of stuff to get to, but bring that beat back one more time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, we got a lot of stuff to get to. We got a ton of stuff to get to today on the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for joining your folk. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Shouts out to all of the Stewies, everybody already in the chat room. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Like Sister Bernice says on the Ricky Smiley morning show. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to y'all, man. It is a Man Talk Monday, December 7th, 2015. What we do on Mondays is we give out ballers and busters. Yeah. There's a lot of busters to go around, man. There's a lot of ballers to go around, too. But it's definitely a lot of buster awards to give out, starting from which right here in this city. We'll get to that here in a second. But if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, man, thank you so much for tuning in. What took you so long? Huh? We've been doing this for well over a year now. So what we do around here is we talk sports like nobody else. Doug Stewart, one half of the world-famous Two Live Stews. Speaking of which, shouts out to everybody that tuned into the return of the Two Live Stews this past weekend on 640 WGST as well as iHeartRadio. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It looks like we're going to add a couple more weeks to the deal that we originally did. The original deal was like for 17 weeks. So we're going to go further along. Thank you very much. We're going to go, I think, another 6 weeks. So thank you very much for patronizing your boys, the Two Live Stews. Thank you. But what we do around here, man, is basically the Two Live Stews, but it's one stew, but one stew is better than no stew. And so what we do is we talk sports, obviously. We talk entertainment. We talk hip-hop culture, guy talk, whatever dudes are talking about. We do top fives, which is a real cool thing. We do Dougie Dailies. We hit birthdays every once in a while. And then also another thing we hit every once in a while. I don't have a rap prepared today. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a rap prepared for you, so the weekly wrap-up right here on the Doug Stewart Show. So I figured to do the weekly wrap-up that I want to wait until Tuesday so that if something big happens in Monday Night Football, we can kind of include that into the rap. So, yeah, not only do I rap, just phenomenally. Biggie, Tupac, LL, that type of thing. Not only do I rap, but I also sing. And I've been blessed with the gift of song from the gods. Yes, I have. So every once in a while, I'll even sing for you. If you're new to the show, I'm just telling you what we do around here. I'm serious. I see some people in the studio audience laughing, but it ain't nothing funny. So every once in a while, I'll even sing for you. Ask somebody in the chat room. They'll tell you. And speaking of the chat room, man, the easy way to be totally interactive here on the Doug Stewart Show, man, is just to hit the little chat bubble on the Doug Stewart Show in Spreaker.com. Go to Spreaker. Follow the show on Spreaker.com, the Doug Stewart Show. Hit the little follow button, and then hit the little chat bubble, and then jump into the chat room. We have the best chat room in America. We do. Shouts out to everybody already in the chat room. Vince Wright, Bussa, Run, Griff. Well, we got a new ninja in here. 33-4 BAMA. 334 Bama Boy. Shouts out to you, 334 Bama Boy. All right. Join in the fun. Run CNC, Dobby. That Ninja. Cedric Galloway. Sluggo. What up, Sluggo? 9-0 the Rhino. 9-0. We got two 9-0s of Rhinos in there. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room, man. Thank you so much for being totally interactive with the Doug Stewart Show. All right, so like I mentioned earlier, and you are listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Like I mentioned earlier, man, what we do on Mondays is ballers and busters, everything from the past weekend. We try to hit as many things as possible. Number one on the list, if you're new to the show is based here in Atlanta. Been living in this fine city for over 20 years. And so, obviously, man, what's on our consciousness this Monday is what happened yesterday to the Atlanta Falcons. And in particular, the real ishy play of one Matt Ryan. Now, the Atlanta Falcons just gave Matt Ryan a $100 million plus new contract. They just gave it to this ninja. They just gave it to him. I'm trying to figure out all last night, and if you follow me on social media, you saw I posted this. I posted this little meme thingy where it says, the look on my face, and it was a picture of Martin Lawrence on Martin on the TV show, and he had a real, nasty looking, puzzled, disgusted look on his face, and the meme, the words on the meme says, the look on my face when I think about Matt Ryan's stinking ass. And I believe it's 6 out of 7. I believe they've lost their last 6 out of their last 7 games. Yesterday, Matt Ryan throws another interception, another bad interception. It's one thing to throw an interception in the NFL. It's another thing to throw an interception in the NFL when you're a veteran, as well as you just got paid a contract over $100 million. So that's basically saying that you've been through the ringer enough, and you've been through this situation enough where you know smart and dumb plays, what dumb plays not to make. You're a veteran quarterback, is basically what I'm trying to say. And so they give you $100 million, and you still throw interceptions like this. This is 3 games in a row. You go back 3 games in a row to the Indianapolis Colts, was it? The interception across the middle on their 1-yard line to DeQuell Jackson. That was horrible. Then you go back to last week, the interception to Terrence Newman in the end zone, where you, in effect, are rolling to your left and you throw back to your right in the red zone, in the end zone, where everybody's floating around in zones. And then yesterday, the game's not over. You got time to go down the field and do something. And Matt Ryan, the veteran, one of the quote-unquote best quarterbacks in the NFL, just floats a ball in the middle of the field. It's almost like, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, it's almost like Matt Ryan has forgotten. Maybe he's gotten one of them concussions at some point this year, and he's forgotten that these are NFL players that he's playing against. Like, he's forgotten these are the best of the best, the most athletic of the most athletic players to come out of college football. I mean, the best. It's almost like he's forgotten how good these guys are. like he feels like he can throw a ball across the middle of the field. I mean, let's lob it. It was a lob. He feels like he can lob a ball across the middle of the field, and some of these world-class athletes playing linebacker and in the middle of the field won't get to the ball. Like, did he take a hard hit or something that I don't remember? Because it's almost like he's forgotten how to play football. It's almost like he's forgotten how to play the position of quarterback. The mistakes that he's made over the last couple of weeks are just unforgivable. They are. And especially, once again, you add on top of it that, Matt Ryan is the best thing since sliced bread. You let people tell it to you around here. Now, once again, I said that Matt Ryan is a good quarterback. I feel like he's one of the top 32 quarterbacks in the world. He should be a starting quarterback in the NFL. I've said that. I've come to his defense many, many times. But let me tell you something, man. It's hard to come to this ninja defense anymore, man. And over the past 24... You're right. Over the past 12 hours... I'm sitting back and I'm trying to figure any type of scenario on how we could trade this man, how we could cut this man. But it's not. It's no feasible way to move on from Matt Ryan. There's just none, because of the money involved with it, and also because of probably the pride. Once again, Arthur Blank, he loved him some Matt Ryan. And the organization loved them some Matt Ryan. But Matt Ryan, at best, is a second, the bottom of the second tier, third tier quarterback right now. And it doesn't look like it's going to get any better. And you got arguably the best receiver in the NFL in Julio Jones. And it worked the first couple of weeks, but somehow somebody figured him out. And you know what the NFL is. It's a copycat league. So whatever somebody did around that week 6-7 mark to kind of, stop Julio Jones, everybody else has figured it out. It's a copycat league. And Matt Ryan, man, there's no other way to say it. Right now, Matt Ryan sucks. And I'm holding 2 thumbs down to the ground. He sucks. He does. He sucks. You know what? If you're a young quarterback like a Jameis Winston, who we'll talk about here in a second, or a Marcus Mariota, you got many, many years to make excuses about you being young. No. Matt Ryan doesn't have that ability to do that anymore, man. There's no excuse for some of these throws that this guy, this veteran, is making out there. None. And there's no other way to look at it. He absolutely sucks. Can he turn it around? Possibly. Can he turn it around? Yes, he possibly can, but he's not getting any younger. He is not getting any younger. And oh boy, all I saw yesterday on my timeline on social media is same old Falcons. Same old Falcons. Now, nobody expected them to go 6-0 or whatever it was. Nobody expected them to win a Super Bowl this year. I picked them to go, I think, 8-8 to start the season. But this is just despicable. It's unforgivable. Hey, man, your thoughts about the Falcons, man. When we get back, I'm going to give out some ballers and busters. That's what we do on Mondays. The number to the show, you can still call the show old school style, 404-382-0960. 0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. But once again, the easy way is just to jump in the chat on Spreaker.com. We get back, Ballers, Busters, everything that happened from this past weekend. That's what we do around here. Don't go away. Oh, my gosh. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So, you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-file, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougsstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. Come on and ride this train. The Doug Stewart Show, the realest, trillest sports and guy talk show in America. Yes, sir. Falcons suck. Matt Ryan sucks even worse. But guess what? I love ATL, man. I love ATL. I told you that I have the right. I have the right to become a Carolina Panther fan if I want. I'm still deciding on whether I'm going to go full board with that. But I have the right, being from the great state of South Carolina, who's doing a lot of big things. One of our native sons and Steph Curry. I do say our, being from North Carolina, it's the Carolinas. It's the Carolinas. The great Steph Curry is balling out of control. The Golden State Warriors are undefeated. The Carolina Panthers are undefeated. We'll get to them in a second. But man, I'm telling you, I got all right to do it here. I'm telling you. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. And this is a Man Talk Monday, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Talking about everything from this past weekend. I don't even know what more to say about Matt Ryan. And I said to myself before I came in here that I wasn't going to get upset. I literally was throwing things at the TV yesterday. When he threw the interception across the middle at the end of the game, I literally threw a shoe at the wall, near the TV. I didn't dare throw a shoe at my damn TV. I knew better than that. But I threw it at the wall. Yeah. So, Buster Award to the Atlanta Falcons, in particular Matt Ryan, man. Just horrible interceptions at the most horrible times. It seems like his interceptions are really they're really highlighted more because at the time that they happen, end of the game situation, red zones, I mean, just crucial times where they have the ability to win the game or tie the game or take it into overtime or something like that. He's just throwing these interceptions. So Buster Award to Matt Ryan. Got to do it. Sorry, you Falcons fans, but got to do it. And Ball Award to Jameis Winston. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you listened to the Two Live Stews this past weekend, and I don't think I said this on the show Friday last week before the weekend came, but I did say this on the Two Live Stews this past weekend. As a matter of fact, we're going to replay this past weekend's episode of the Two Live Stews a little bit later on today on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. So you need to follow the network. We're not going to do it immediately following my show today. I got to go see a man about a horse. But we will play it a little bit later today, so that's why it's big. It's necessary that you follow the show on Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. So go into the settings or whatever. You'll see the little follow thing. Click on that so you'll get an alert when we replay the show today from this past weekend. But this past weekend, I said it. I said this weekend is kind of significant, and it might be a benchmark. I don't know if it definitely will, but it might be the quote-unquote, passing of the torch in the NFC South. What I mean by that, for many, many years, it's been all about Drew Brees, and it's been all about Matt Ryan. For probably the last 5, 6, 7 years, right? Okay, so it's Drew Brees, and then it's Matt Ryan. Clearly, right? This past weekend, you saw what Cam Newton did. You see the title of today's show. I'm going to get to Cam and the Carolina Panthers here in a second. You saw what Cam Newton did, okay? And then also you saw what Jameis Winston did this weekend. I watched every single play of that game yesterday. And I'm sure a lot of the fans listening to this show that are from Atlanta, that follow the Atlanta Falcons, watch what Jameis Winston did yesterday. Jameis Winston is going to be a great quarterback in the NFL. He is. 18 for 27, 227 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He just has this temperament of a winner. You know that he puts in all of the work that he has to in the film study. You've heard about how meticulous he is in the film room. He has a winning, he's a leader. And if you watch the game, outside of the little stats and about the little intangibles about him being a leader and doing all of the things off the field and having a leader-type mentality, but if you watch the game yesterday, this guy made some NFL throws. That little 10, 15-yard out pattern, Jameis Winston is killing that. Hitting cats on stride, looking defensive backs off, checking down, reading defenses. This guy gets it. And he's a rookie. And so I do think that there's been a passing of the guard. Cam Newton beat Drew Brees yesterday down in New Orleans in an impressive manner. Once again, we'll get to that in a second. And then Jameis Winston, he beats Matt Ryan and looks good doing it. And if you really think about it, man, they got some great targets to throw to in Tampa Bay. That damn Mike Evans, man, he can't catch to save his damn life. But even yesterday, he caught a couple of damn passes. While we're there, Buster Award to Mike Evans. Mike Evans drops 3-4 passes a week that hit him right in the breadbasket. I talked about how Jameis Winston threw for 227 yards. Easily, Mike Evans dropped 3 passes for 70 yards. I know. Him and Ted Ginn Jr., them boys can't catch the same day life. They can't catch a cold. I don't know who's worse, Mike Evans or Ted Ginn Jr. And I'm going to say it's Mike Evans because Mike Evans is a damn receiver. Ted Ginn Jr. is really, a special teams guy that because they're so depleted and because they don't have any receivers at all, they put him out there to play wide receiver. Ted Ginn Jr. is a return guy, okay? So he has an excuse. Mike Evans? Good Lord, to be that big and that tall, good-looking athlete, look like Tarzan, play like freaking James. Good Lord, that boy dropped a lot of balls. But anyway, man, the point is that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Jameis Winston, man, The future is so bright for the man. Ball award to Jameis Winston. I'm a fan. I'm an bashful fan. I root for the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, this is my city. I always root for the home team. But I root for guys that the media has killed. I root for guys that the media and public opinion sours on for what I believe no particular reason. And so I'm a fan of Cam Newton. I'm a fan of Jameis Winston. And both them boys is balling out of control. Baller award. Damn it. Baller award to Jameis Winston on this win yesterday. Right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 6-6. The Atlanta Falcons are 6-6. Once again, I do not think that a wild card is going to come out of this division. I just don't see it because all of these teams are pretty much struggling in the division. So Carolina is going to definitely win the division. And then, that's it. I don't think so. We'll see. Now, both teams are 6-6, and we got to find out what happens in other divisions out there. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it. A team getting to the playoffs with an 8-8 record or something like that. I just don't see that happening. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. You see the title of the show. Cam Newton is the best quarterback in the NFL. Let me repeat. Cam Newton, Westlake's finest, is the best quarterback in the NFL. That's right. In the same NFL where you got Tom Brady. In the same NFL where you still got Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. The problem is they old as Methuselah. And we get back. We're going to continue to hit the NFL, and we got to talk about Cam. Oh, Cam Newton. We're going to talk about that when we get back. We'll also hit some birthdays today. We'll do what we do around here on the Doug Stewart Show. Talk about what y'all want to talk about. Just a picture of Matt Ryan's face just flashed in front of me just now. In front of my eyes just now. I mean, I feel repulsed whenever I think about Matt Ryan today. When we get back from the break, we'll hit some birthdays once again. We'll continue with the ballers and busters from this past weekend. We'll talk about the Carolina Panthers and the best quarterback in the NFL. I said it. Yes, I said it. Nobody else gonna say it. Everybody's trying to pace themselves. Everybody else trying to, be cautious about it. I said it. The best quarterback in the NFL right now is Cam Newton. Don't go away. Doug Stewart here to tell you about the folks at Strickland Security and one of their new security services. As I've told you before, these guys are your security experts. But what you didn't know is that they also handle security coverage for celebrities and special events here in Atlanta. Due to popular demand, the team at Strickland Security has created Celebrity Night Out Security Transportation Service. Want to impress the wife or girlfriend? Want to make sure your wife or your daughter is safe while out on the town with friends? You need this service. With a Celebrity Night Out service, 2 licensed and trained security professionals in black suits will pick you up in a black SUV and will deliver you and your party to your destination. These trained professionals can either stay by your side during the evening or wait for you outside. With these guys, you can truly relax and enjoy yourself because they're going to ensure your safe return home. Uber is a great service, but let's face it, they don't have your back if something goes wrong. In other words, if something pops off, they gone. So, whether you're planning something special, attending a holiday party, or just looking to have a stress-free night on the town, contact the team at Strickland Security and ask them about the Celebrity Night Out service. Trust me on this one. You will look and feel like a true celebrity or the president and the first lady. Yes, sir. Contact Strickland Security at 800-422-9075 or StricklandSecurity.com. That's StricklandSecurity.com. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bvmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bvmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
B-I-G-P-O-P-P-A, no info for the DEA. Federal agents mad cause I'm flagrant. Tap myself and the phone in the basement. My team supreme, stay clean.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Shouts out to the Stewies, man. You just heard a little promo for my folks at Strickland Security. Shouts out to Strickland Security, man, doing it real big. They got the celebrity service, and they talked about how throughout the finishing or the last part of this year, they're going to offer that celebrity service, especially to the patrons of the Doug Stewart Show for New Year's. Speaking of New Year's, yes, we are doing New Year's this year again. We are doing New Year's again here in the ATL. Yes, sir. Man, I've been trying like heck to find a venue for the last couple of months, man, and hadn't been successful, and finally just sealed the deal this past weekend. So I'll give you more details about where we are doing New Year's at this year. Stewies. So if you can come to Atlanta, man, a lot of y'all came last year for the New Year's Eve party I had. And if you were there, you know we had a fantastic time. Grown and sexy. That's the only way we do it. That's kind of my thing. Like, you're not going to be partying. You're not going to be partying with your daughter and them friends. You know? You're not going to do that. So, grown and sexy, man. Old school, new school music. DJ Decaz has already signed up to be the DJ. So it's going to be first class as I do every single event that I do. I'll give you more details about it. Maybe tomorrow, might not be until Wednesday. So stay tuned. New Year's Eve 2016, the Doug Stewart Show style. Yes, sir. In the ATL. Couple of birthdays today. Celebrating their 59th birthday, man, is Larry Legend. Larry Bird turns 59 years old today. Happy birthday to him. One of the greatest, most clutch players in the history of basketball. One of my favorites. And it's funny, when you hate somebody so much, it's funny that the older you get, you kind of respect those people. And I'm talking about it from a fan's perspective and from a sports perspective. Like, there's probably not been, the only person I probably hated more than Larry Bird was Danny Ainge. And not that Danny Ainge was even that great. Danny Ainge was solid. But just something about Danny Ainge just make me want to just, kick his ass. But I really, really couldn't stand Larry Bird, and it probably has something to do with the fact that I was a huge Dr. J fan, and you know about that whole thing. But later on in life, man, I really came to respect Larry Bird and look back at my childhood and how he used to destroy fools. And then when the whole throwback era, or the throwback jerseys came along, I had the opportunity to get a Larry Larry Bird throwback jersey, and I actually have and wear a Larry Bird throwback jersey till this day, man. Happy birthday to Larry Legend. The French Lick assassin. What they call him, the hick from French Lick. So happy birthday to him. Terrell Owens turns 42 years old today. Why did I think Terrell Owens was a little bit older than that? But he's 42 years old today. Happy birthday to T.O. Yasiel Puig, outfielder for the Los Angeles Dodgers, turns 25 years old today. Happy birthday to him. You talk about talented. If you did a poll on the most talented young athletes today in sports, Yasiel Puig would be right up there, man. Happy birthday to him. Real exciting dude. Like the way he plays the game. And who else we got here? Oh, celebrating their 50th birthday today is my man Peoples from the new Shaft movie with Samuel Jackson. You know what I'm talking about. Jeffrey Wright turns 50 years old today. Happy birthday to him. Great actor. And I know it might be somewhat disrespect that what I remember this man from most is a hood movie like Shaft. But hey, it is what it is. You remember the role he played in Shaft, Peoples, kind of like a Puerto Rican drug dealer or whatever. What else has he been in? BT and Catching Fire. Oh, I only saw the first one in them damn Mockingbird movies. So I didn't see the second one which he was in. He's been in several Bond films. I remember that. I'm a James Bond fan. Oh yeah. You know he played in Boardwalk Empire as well. What was his name on Boardwalk Empire? I'm sure somebody in the chat room can tell me what was his character's name on Boardwalk Empire. Real good. I'm reading the chat right now. It says from the 47 Problem. That's Egyptian cotton. Yeah, that was his little line in that movie. Let's see, Tiger Woods is done. I'm trying to wait for somebody to tell me what's the character's name that he played in Boardwalk Empire. And as soon as you tell me, I'll know it. In the chat room, I'm looking for that. So help me out here. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We got any Boardwalk Empire fans in here? HBO? I'm waiting. I'm in the chat room. What was his character's name on Boardwalk Empire? Nobody's going to say it yet. So happy birthday to my man Jeffrey Wright. 50 years old today. Oh, Narcisse. That's right. Narcisse. That was his name in Boardwalk Empire. A real good actor, man. Once again, he's probably done a lot of other things that I just don't know about, but I remember him as Peoples in the Shaft movie. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, you see the title of today's show. Cam Newton is the best quarterback in the NFL. I feel very confident in saying that. Yesterday, 28 for 41, 333 yards, 31 yards, 5 touchdown passes, 1 interception. Then on top of that, he ran 10 times for 49 yards as well. Cam Newton, pound for pound, is the most valuable player to his team in the NFL. And then I even extend that further. He is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Just like I said earlier for Jameis Winston. If you watch the game, you saw the throws that Jameis Winston made. Once again, Cam Newton, I always say this man's mechanics are horrible. Okay? His mechanics are horrible. I mean, so many times you watched him yesterday throw off his back foot. One of the touchdowns, or it wasn't a touchdown, it was the touchdown that should have been, that he threw to the sideline to Ted Ginn Jr. where he dropped it, which was a horrible one of his 4 or 5 drops yesterday. But that particular throw, if you watch that play, man, Cam was basically falling backwards. He was basically falling backwards and threw it, I'm going to guess, 50, 60 yards straight up in the air. And it dropped down like a bomb, like Hiroshima, straight down into Ted Ginn's hands, and he misses it. Not only that, if you look at some of the other throws, once again, the 15-yard outs, the comebacks, Cam's looking away receivers once again. Cam Newton has a cannon on his arm, and he's become so much better over the last couple of years in reading defenses and looking off defenders once again. And this is the thing about it. They gave him the opportunity because of the money that he had, that they paid him, And because of the promise that he showed early in his career, he's been given the chance to hone his skills and get better as a quarterback. And usually, back in the past, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, usually back in the past, a quarterback of Cam Newton's ilk, a guy that runs a lot, a guy that's a quote-unquote athletic quarterback, usually they weren't given the opportunity to grow like every other quarterback. The Carolina Panthers, based on where they drafted him, based on his early promise that he showed, based on the fact that they gave him all this money, they've let this man grow. And I'm happy to report to you today, Cam Newton is better than Tom Brady right now. Cam Newton, who, by the way, Tom Brady struggled yesterday. Once again, he's always going to have numbers because they run a system-type stuff there. Without Rob Gronkowski, without dominant players to get the ball to this year, in particular, Cam Newton or Tom Brady and the New England Patriots have been struggling over the last couple of weeks. So at this point, Cam Newton's better than Tom Brady, who's not the same quarterback that he was a couple of years ago, clearly, even though he was on fire this year. He's better right now than Drew Brees, and these are the guys that everybody, to a man, said were the best quarterbacks in the NFL over the last, once again, 5-6 years. He's better than Brady. He's better than Drew Brees, who's definitely lost a couple of steps. He's better than Peyton Manning. Cam Newton is the best quarterback in the NFL today. December 7th, 2015. He is. And just like I mentioned earlier about Jameis Winston, I root for Cam Newton. I root for Cam Newton because of all the haters coming out of college. You remember that one guy that just slammed Cam coming out of college, talking about him being a leader, and he's not this and he's not that, ignoring the fact that the guy won a Heisman Trophy. It's so silly when you think about it now. Ignoring the fact that the guy won a Heisman Trophy, ignoring the fact that the guy won a national championship, ignoring the fact that the guy won a junior college national championship, ignoring the fact that the guy was 6'6", 250 pounds, ignoring the fact that he could run, that he had a cannon arm, everything that you needed. People killed this guy because of some youthful mistakes, okay? Things that nobody even cares about now, after the fact. Not only is he the best quarterback in the NFL right now, he probably, more so than anybody else I can think of at this point in his career, and the fact that all these other guys have kind of come back to the pack because they're getting older, he is probably right now the face of the NFL. And if he's not, damn it, he should be. He should be. I mean, just balling out of control, man. And once again, the only undefeated team left right now in the NFL. They kept throwing out the stat yesterday, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. They kept throwing out the stat yesterday how there's been 9 teams in NFL history that have started out the season 12-0. 6 of them made it to the Super Bowl. And I think 4 or either 3, I believe it was 4, won the Super Bowl. So right now, they're sitting pretty. The Carolina Panthers are sitting real pretty right now. Still a lot of football left to be played. New Orleans really had them on the ropes yesterday. A lot of opportune things happened for them yesterday to win that game. So anything can happen on Sunday. We know that. They even made a movie about it, damn it. But Carolina's sitting real pretty right now. When we get back from the break, man, more ballers, more busters. All I'm going to do is read chat when we get back from the break and get your thoughts on everything that happened this past weekend. Sports Talk with hot sauce. Texas Pete hot sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices. so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-File, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedugstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a Man Talk Monday. Getting your ballers and your busters, your game balls and your goats, some people call them. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Do you or anyone you know need some great economical advertising with a show and a network that has over or close to 10,000 followers, over 300,000 listens? Advertise with the Doug Stewart Show, man. Interview on my show. We can promote you on our social media. We do voiceovers. We can host or speak at your event as well. Play your music on this show. If you have some hot new music you're trying to get out to the masses, we can do that as well. And the biggest thing that we're doing is broadcasting other shows on the network, on SME, the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. So if you'd like to do some business with us, check us out on Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show, or just search Doug Stewart on Fiverr.com to get all the details and all the different gigs, services that we offer here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Or you can just email me at Doug@thedugstewartshow.com. That's Doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. I'm looking at these. You know what's even more impressive about what Cam's doing in Carolina is the fact that his number one target, in effect, is Ted Ginn Jr. And I guess I went off on Ted Ginn Jr. a little bit earlier. But seriously, Ted Ginn Jr. is not a wide receiver. I mean, he can catch every once in a while, 5 out of 10 catches that he's supposed to make. He can catch 5 out of 10 of them once again. But he's not a wide receiver. So you got Ted Ginn Jr., you got Devin Funchess. First of all, a man playing with the last name Funchess shouldn't be a wide receiver in the NFL. I'm just joking. He comes from a long line of Funchesses. He's got Devin Funchess, and he's also got, who else is out there? He got 87-year-old Jericho Cotchery, who caught a big touchdown yesterday as well. Like, the man is literally playing with second, third-string wide receivers right now. And he's making them look oh so good, man. Ball award to Cam Newton again. A second ball award on one damn show. You know who else deserves a ball award as well, man? Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks roll over big, smooth Minnesota Vikings yesterday, 38-7. I didn't see this coming. And if you haven't paid attention, man, Russell Wilson has been playing some fantastic football himself. All right, Cam Newton's the best quarterback in the NFL. Russell Wilson easily top 5. 21 for 27 yesterday, 274 yards, 3 touchdown passes. And he also carries 9 times for 51 yards as well. Ball award to Russell Wilson. You remember in the offseason there was this debate on whether Russell Wilson was worth more than $20 million a year. You remember that? Now, for the first half of the year this year, it didn't seem like a great bargain for Seattle to give Russell Wilson $87 million over 4 years. Marshawn Lynch banged up, and the defense not looking as great as it has in the past couple of years. He basically became the foundation of what the Seahawks were trying to do, right? He's on pace for a career high in passing attempts, and his pace in rushing attempts is close to a career high, too. And for 9 weeks, he was just all right, you know. He had 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, no rushing touchdowns. The Seahawks were 4-5. And then, listen to this, for the past 3 weeks, Russell Wilson has been one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's accounted for 12 touchdowns, no turnovers the past 3 weeks. He's thrown for 11 touchdowns, completed at least 70% of his passes each game, and ran for another score. His ratings the past 3 weeks, 138.5, 147.9, 146. He's up to 106.2 for the season. He's playing very well from the pocket and making everyone else on offense look better. He's playing like a franchise quarterback. Ball award to Russell Wilson. And guess what? Guess what? Don't nobody want to play the Seattle Seahawks in the playoffs. Don't nobody want to do that. I'm telling you, nobody wants to play the Seattle Seahawks in the playoffs, man. Thomas Rawls, man, instead, Marshawn Lynch, 19 carries, 101 yards. He's like a poor man's Marshawn Lynch. Great game by him yesterday. Right now, the Seattle Seahawks are 7-5. I talked about it a little bit earlier, man. I don't think a wild card is going to come out of the NFC South. I don't think a wild card is going to come out of the NFC North when you have basically the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Maybe a wild card does come out there. There won't be one coming out of the NFC East. So in the NFC North, it'll probably be Green Bay and Minnesota. I believe one of those teams will get one of the wild cards. And then from the NFC West, you know the Arizona Cardinals are rolling right now. Carson Palmer, ball award to him as they get another big win on yesterday. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. So if I had to bet right now, your wild card, there's only 2 in each conference. Your wild card is either going to be Green Bay, Minnesota, or Seattle. And I think Seattle's going to get one. So it's going to be between Green Bay and Minnesota who's going to get a wild card. The other team will win the division. And that's the way it's going to roll. It's a wrap for the NFC South. It's a wrap for the NFC East, obviously, even though they're beating the hell out of each other. Both of them, all of those teams in that East got the same basic record or whatever. Tonight, Dallas takes on the Washington Redskins on Monday Night Football. But I think that's how it's going to go down, man. And if the Seattle Seahawks get healthy and make it into the playoffs, I don't know what the hell is going on with them the earlier part of this year. But if they make it into the playoffs, which I think they will, it's going to be hell to pay. It's going to be hell to pay. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at dougthedugstewartshow.com. From Vince Wright, he says Minnesota wild card, but has a tough schedule coming up, including Arizona. Yeah, that's going to be tough right there, man. That's going to be tough. From Miss Mocha Bella, loose neck side. Yep, she got the vitamin D. Hope she did. He's playing better. Must be talking about Russell Wilson. And and Sierra and Russell Wilson. So I guess what they're implying, we have this long-running little joke with the Doug Stewart Show and the listeners, the Stewies in the chat room, about vitamin D being a sexual reference. And Mocha Bella, her freaky self, I guess they're talking about Sierra and Russell Wilson. Maybe she broke him off. Maybe he accepted the break off. From T-Dub, no wonder they kicked Jaworski out of the booth. from Corporate Brother. Russell Dunn went and found that pool of goodies from Corporate Brother in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Jaws and other fat, out-of-shape quarterbacks hate the new athletic black quarterbacks, period. From Sandman. Kotry younger than Roddy White. Damn, Jeremiah Kotry is younger than Roddy White? I would have never thought that. He's been around a long time. Well, it's been 10 years since he played with the Jets. Or am I just imagining that? From Slugger, Russell got paid for what he's already done. In fact, they owe him back pay for those 2 Super Bowl appearances. Yeah. Yes, all in how you look at it. I mean, it's all how you look at it, man. Russell Wilson right now, man, is an elite quarterback. They had this thing a couple of years ago about who's an elite quarterback. And I guess it was all a play on words with Eli Manning's name. Elite Eli. And there was this question mark about who's the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. And once again, it was Drew Brees, it was Peyton Manning, it's Tom Brady. We have definitely seen a changing of the guard. From Clay Davis' Sheet Advisor, 9-0. That's why I call Matt Ryan the Joe Johnson of the Falcons, a player with a big contract that can't lead a team to a championship. Wow. Let me step back for a second. And think about that. Matt Ryan, the Joe Johnson of the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, I see the comparison. I see the analogy. I see it. But I wouldn't go that far, because one of the main issues that I had with Joe Johnson being here in Atlanta, and you know I railed on Joe Johnson all of the time. I absolutely could not stand that guy as a player and as a team, supposedly the team leader. One of the real problems that I had with Joe Johnson is I feel like that if you get paid that type of money, that money says that you're a leader. And everybody, oh, well, Joe Johnson's just not a vocal type person. He's just not this, that. Well, damn it, when they pay you the type of money they pay Joe Johnson, you got to learn to speak up. And Joe Johnson, so quiet, so meek, didn't want to say a word. I mean, and I understand that wasn't him. That was not his personality to be outspoken and to be a quote, unquote team leader. But when they pay you that type of money, that's what they expect. And they shouldn't have paid him that type of money if he wasn't going to be that guy. So that's one of the issues. You can't really say that about Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is vocal, carries himself as a leader. Now, I don't know if he is the quote-unquote leader in the locker room, but Matt Ryan's more of a team leader. With that money comes responsibility, in my opinion. So that's the differences between Joe Johnson and Matt Ryan. I definitely see the comparison. I definitely see it. You know, guys with great skill, supposedly, guys that's supposed to lead your team to winning big games and to win championships. You pay him that type of money, you expect championships. And Matt Ryan hasn't produced that. Has come very close. Went to a NFC championship game, came very close, but hasn't done it. But Joe Johnson, ooh, that's a little bit harsh. Yeah, that'll tell you how I feel about Joe Johnson's stinking ass. Great player. Joe Johnson's is probably at the peak of his career. Joe Johnson was probably a better football player and two-guard than Matt Ryan is a football player and quarterback or basketball player. You know what I meant for Joe Johnson. Yeah, Joe Johnson could play. Joe Johnson didn't have the intangibles, man, to get that type of money, in my opinion. You know, that money is reserved, the type of money they gave Joe Johnson, that money is reserved for leaders and for all-stars. And he was an all-star, but elite players in the NBA. Really had a problem with the Hawks giving that man all of that money, and it looks like I was right. I ain't mad at him, he got the money. I'm happy for everybody to get their money. What I'm saying is, if you're trying to win games, Joe Johnson was never going to be that guy. And you see that play out in his history. All right, when we get back from the break, man, hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. Show just rolling by. This is what usually happens on Monday. We haven't even talked about college football, man. The Final Four teams, the pairings are in for the playoff football rankings. We'll get into that when we get back from the break. I'll read more of your chat. This is the Doug Stewart Show.
National National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Hour number 2, baby. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Shouts out to all of the Stewies, man, in the chat room. I really do appreciate the love. Hey, thank you so much for donating to the Doug Stewart Show, man, and supporting this show, this fine programming, this network, and independent radio, man. I rolled out last week the Triple F campaign. It stands for $5 for the flavor. All we're asking you here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network is that if you're entertained, if you have a great time listening to this show Monday through Friday and other shows on the network as well, is for you to donate $5 to the cause, man. I mean, that's like 25 cents a show for a month. You can find a quarter in your seat cushions at your house, all right? Buy your boy a beer, in other words. So donate $5. All you got to do is go to thedougstewartshow.com. That's thedougstewartshow.com. Click on the donate button, and all we're asking is $5 per month, man, to help us keep the lights on. That's real talk, though. But thank you to everybody that donated last week where we rolled out the campaign. Thank you. You might think $5 isn't a lot, man, but it adds up. Trust me on this. $5 for the flavor, and we'll keep it going around here into 2016. I mean, if you weren't listening to this show, you'd be listening to some other crappy, lame, weak-ass show. Be honest with yourself, man. Cutter, just like everybody else, saying the same damn things. I always talk about the Puppet Factory, ESPN, and how cats up there all say the same thing because the powers that be want them to say the same thing. You got to be politically correct. You can't, you have all these biases and all of these, political affiliations going down. Yeah, it's none of that here. I mean, it's all me. It's all me, baby. It's all me, and it's all y'all, too. Ball award to the Clemson Tigers. They handled their business this weekend, and they beat the North Carolina Tar Heels. Tar Heels made it real close at the end of that game. Actually, a very controversial onside kick that they called them for being offsides. I didn't see no offside. Buster awards to the officials for that. But actually, I'm happy because Clemson won. And they're going to the college football playoffs. Undefeated 13-0. undefeated 13-0. They're the number one team in the college football playoff ranking. Alabama handles their business against the Florida Gators. They are 12-1 on the year. They're the number 2 team in the college football playoffs. The number 3 team is the Michigan State Spartans, who handle their business in beating the Iowa Hawkeyes, who look exactly like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Buster Award for them damn uniforms. I tweeted that out Saturday night. I was watching the game at my local watering hole. And I think I've thought about this before, but, we really don't pay attention to Big Ten football, especially Iowa, a program that's been underperforming since I can ever remember. So, it's Iowa. We don't really pay no attention. Next story or whatever. So I sat there and actually watched this game this past weekend with Iowa. And if you look at their uniform, and I went back and I looked at their uniform and I pulled up a picture on my phone, they even have the same big black stripe down the sides of their pants, exactly like the Pittsburgh Steelers. The little stripes on their shoulder pads, on their jerseys, are the exact same things, or the exact same stripes. I mean, the helmet is the exact same. The only difference is the damn logo. But Buster Award for that, and a Buster Award for losing to Michigan State and blowing your opportunity. They have one loss in the year. Michigan State, number 3 in the college football playoff rankings. And coming in at number 4, the Oklahoma Sooners that didn't even play a game. They're the number 4 team, so it's going to be Clemson versus Oklahoma and Alabama versus Michigan State. I think Alabama is the best team in college football. I do. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I think Alabama is the best team in college football, but they can be beaten because Jake Coker is very, very limited as a quarterback. So if they've ever got to, throw themselves into a victory, like if Alabama offensively has to throw the ball a lot, if a team stacks 9 guys in the box to stop Derrick Henry and they force Jake Coker to beat you, they're going to be in trouble. So I'm not sure if Alabama's going to win the best or the national championship, but they have the best team, I think. I think they do have the best team all around. Defensively, they're bullies on defense. Michigan State, they have won game after game this year, man, by a shoestring. I don't know how they're doing it. I like Alabama to beat them when they play in the playoffs. Clemson's going to take on Oklahoma. Clemson is the most complete team in college football. They have a great quarterback. They have a great running game. Defensively, they get after you as well. They're well coached. They got great athletes. I think Clemson is the all-out best, most well-proportioned team in these playoffs. And I'm just hoping for the best. I hope Clemson can shock the world, man, and win the national championship this year. Ball award to all of those teams for making it into the playoffs. Let me read some of your chat here. From Clay Davis's sheet, advised Oklahoma the best team. They're the best on both sides of the ball. I don't agree with that. I got the only team that I think really is lucky to be where they're at right now is Oklahoma. Now, Oklahoma has been playing great over the last couple of weeks, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I'm not doubting Oklahoma as a ball club, and they've tremendously upped their game after the defeat that they took to the Texas Longhorns. But that's the problem that I have with Oklahoma is, and I talked about this last week a little bit, is Oklahoma didn't play in a championship game this weekend. They have one loss. Ohio State didn't play in a championship game this weekend. They have one loss. Oklahoma got destroyed at home by a horrible team in the Texas Longhorns. Ohio State lost at home to Michigan State, to a much better team, a much better opponent than Oklahoma's opponent in Texas that they lost to. Now, if you look at the schedules, Ohio State's schedule really, really looks much lesser than Oklahoma, so I kind of get that. I think Ohio State's got an argument for that 4th spot. Stanford's got 2 losses ahead of them. Iowa's got 1 loss. I guess Iowa probably has a better argument, but they just lost. That's the last thing on their minds, so they're not going to stay in the top 4. I don't know, man. I really think, and this always brings me back to the conversation about having 8 teams. I would like 6 teams. I would like 6 teams. Once again, somebody threw that out in the chat room last week saying that you just do 6 teams and give the first 2 teams a bye. I don't have a problem with that at all. But Ohio State, they really, really, I think, should feel some type of way today. They didn't play this weekend, and I know a lot of people aren't arguing for them once again, but their loss, I think, is better than Oklahoma's loss. The problem is Oklahoma's loss happened way so long ago, we forgot about it. I didn't forget about it. They got their ass kicked by Texas. So it's funny how they do that. It's funny how they do that. From Clay Davis's sheet, advised the Oklahoma-Texas game was at a neutral site. From Rail Scott, they have to Vince. His time is coming. From Luke's next side, Baylor had a backup wide receiver playing quarterback. From Thorny Switch, what's Baylor's record? Baylor finished the season at 9-3. They had 3 losses, so they weren't going to be in this conversation. From, who do we got here? From 9-0, the Rhino, Saban has won titles before, the worst quarterbacks than Coker. We'll see. We'll see. All I'm asking you is I'm posing this question to you. If, Clemson or Oklahoma or Michigan or whatever other team in this Final Four say definitively, we are not going to let Derrick Henry beat us. Like, we're going to make sure that he has no more than 40 yards in this game. We're just going to make sure. We're going to put 9 men in the box or 8 men in the box. We're going to have 2 cornerbacks, 1 safety. We're going to have personnel out there. If you bring a 3 wide receiver set or a 4 wide receiver set, then we'll bring personnel out there for that. But for the most part, if you plan to run Derrick Henry, you might as well forget it because we're not going to let you do it. Do you believe in Jay Coker to make throws? Do you believe in it? Do you believe in him? I don't believe in him. Simple as that. And I don't think anyone's done that. I'm pretty sure teams have said that they were going to stop Derrick Henry, but not to the level in which I'm saying that they should try to stop Derrick Henry in these playoffs. From KC, Oklahoma lost to their rival, so I'm okay with that loss. From D. Finley, OU got destroyed in Dallas by Texas, a neutral location. We talked about that already. From 9-0, the Rhino. Let's see. From Thorny Switch, ball award to Charlie Strong in Texas for giving Baylor the business. Charlie Strong finished real strong this year as Texas does beat Baylor 23-17 this past weekend. From Corey, does Charlie Strong keep his job? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I think he does keep his job. With the win over Oklahoma and with this win at the end of the season, maybe he can get his players in there. He survives this year. And if you asked this question earlier in the season, when Texas just looked horrible out there, it was clearly, I think I even have a show entitled Charlie Strong, Dead Man Walking, because he literally was dead man walking. But they've seemingly come together the latter part of the year. So ball award to Charlie Strong and the Texas Longhorns, man. I think they keep him. I don't think you cut him. I don't think you fire him this year and start over. I think you give him one more year. If you get more of the same next year, then he's out of there. So congratulations for that ninja for keeping his job. All right, when we get back from the break, more of your chat. More ballers, more busters in the NFL and college football. This is what we do around here on Mondays. Man Talk Monday, right here on the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Keep it locked. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages.
Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bvmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bvmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-File, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7.
Where's that? Hey, hey, hey. Where's that from? What song is that from? That's something from the early 90s. One of them down south songs. Somebody's going to tell me in the chat room. Thank you so much for joining me, boy. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the realest, trillest sports and guy talk show in America. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shouts out to all of the Stewies in the chat room. Dang, what is that song from? What is that? Hey, hey, hey. That's something from like Tag Team or something like that. One of them Atlanta rap groups from like the late 90s or early 2000s. Something like that. Somebody in the chat room will let me know. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Ball award to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Get a big win last night, destroying the Indianapolis Colts. We should almost do Back to Life, Back to Reality today from Matt Hasselbeck because he looks real bad last night. He looks real bad last night. Matt Hasselbeck, 16 for 26, 169 yards, threw 2 interceptions. He looked old last night. 40 years old, had been doing great the prior weeks, but last night really exposed. And what do you say about the Pittsburgh Steelers? Ball award to Ben Roethlisberger and to Antonio Brown and to D'Angelo Williams. Ben Roethlisberger, 24 for 39, 364, 4 touchdown passes. Antonio Brown, 8 catches, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns, has a punt return for a touchdown. D'Angelo Williams, 26 for 134. Ball award to the Steelers players. Wow. Thank you, Sandman. That's right. It's Little John and the East Side Boys. That's right. Listen to this again. Listen to that. Hey, hey, hey. That's Little John them. I knew it. I know I'm not crazy. Thank you, Sandman. Exactly. That's Little John and the East Side Boys. All right, I digress. Thank you, Sandman. I know I ain't crazy. Somebody was like, he from Jersey. I wasn't talking about where the ninja's from. I was talking about that beat, that track. That's Little John, the East Side Boy. Shouts out to Little John. Okay. Yeah. Hey, but check this out though. One side note about the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger last night. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show and Antonio Brown. For everybody in the Doug Stewart Show Fantasy Football League, y'all do know that if Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger stay healthy, then I'm probably going to win this league, right? Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yeah! Because they are unstoppable! They are unstoppable! Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown has got this synergy going on right now that's unparalleled in the NFL. I mean, they do. They are unstoppable. Antonio Brown, and I always talk about this guy like Like, do we sleep on Antonio Brown? What he's done statistically, he's like the best receiver in football. And maybe it's because of his stature and we really don't show him enough love, but he is unstoppable. And they are both members of the Fighting TDSs. Yes, sir. Y'all in trouble. My game is already over. I already destroyed whoever the hell I played in our fantasy game this week. My game is over. We'll talk about it more in depth on Tuesday after the Monday night game tomorrow. We'll talk about it more. But Ben has been, nicked up this year, and he's had trouble staying healthy. If Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown stay healthy, there's a very good chance that I'm going to win this league this year. Yes! Baller award to the Golden State Warriors, man. A little basketball talk, man. As they go on and win again, they are 22-0. They on pace to go 82-0. I'm telling y'all. Yeah. They are on pace to go 82-0. They are on pace to go 82-0. So baller award to them, man, as they beat the Nets last night going away. 114-98, man. And whenever you talk about the Golden State Warriors, man, you got to talk about Steph Curry with the three. Once again, last night, man, Steph Curry, 28 points, man, 11 for 17 field goals. Very efficient shooting night as he has seemingly every night. Ball award to Steph Curry with the three. Ball award to the Golden State Warriors, 22-0. Unbelievable. And now what you're seeing, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, now what you're seeing is the last couple of games have been a little bit tighter at the end of the game. The Nets were really in this game late, but you're going to get your best shot. Every team's going to give you their best shot going forward. And I mean, that should have been the case already, but right now it's mental. It's playing into their minds, and guys are getting up to play against the Golden State Warriors because everybody in America is watching. Basketball America, the basketball fandom in this country, is paying attention to every single game the Golden State Warriors play. So, if you're the Nets or you're the Orlando Magic or some crappy team like that, you're going to be on the biggest stage. So, they're going to give you their best, and so it's going to get even harder and harder going forward for the Golden State Warriors. A ball award to them. From T-Dub, he says, kind of like Marvin Harrison treatment, small receivers lose out on publicity. I really believe so, man, and maybe I'm guilty of it as well, and which is really sad because I've always been, talked about as being a small guy playing football, and I always talk about how I love the small guys, much respect for the small guys. I love Steve Smith because he'll fight your ass. I love that type of stuff. I always root for the little guy, and I think it might be subconscious. In my mind, I'd rather have Calvin Johnson or give me, Des Bryant or somebody like that, or give me, I don't know, Brandon Marshall, because a bigger target, it just feels like that they're an easier target to throw to for a quarterback. But it don't matter. It don't matter for Antonio Brown, man. It doesn't matter for Antonio Brown. It doesn't matter for ODB. It doesn't matter for T.Y. Hilton. And you're right. Marvin Harrison, I mean, there's been a plethora of great wide receivers over the years that are smaller. Antonio Brown might be the best wide receiver in football, man. From ducking and dodging, when Big Ben was gone, Antonio Brown couldn't produce. Having a great quarterback chemistry makes a huge difference. Praise God. You're exactly right on that. Clearly. You're right. When Vic was quarterbacking the Steelers, Antonio Brown couldn't buy a catch. And his boy Ben Roethlisberger comes back, man, and everything is right in the world. From 9-0 the Rhino. We got with 9-0 the Rhino. Here we go right here, and I lost it. He says, Clay, damn it, I forgot he played. Still, they messed up the team's rhythm by sitting him early. Not sure exactly what he's talking about. From RC, damn, Doug. Laugh out loud. You killed me this week in fantasy football. Is you RC that I kill? Yeah, bruh. I kicked your ass real good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From Dobby, not if I got something to say about that, Doug. All I'm going to say, bruh. All I'm saying is y'all saw what these boys do when they play together. and they're both on my team. Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown are fine members of the Fighting TDDSs. All right? They are. They are. From Bussa, he says, I'm sucking in the TDSS league. The TDSS league, man, is for real players, man. I mean, real players. We ain't playing around in this league. I mean, bring your best or go home. That should be a slogan or something like that. From Texas Ty, I just heard that Like My Dab song for the first time this weekend. That ish is awful. I have never, and I don't know whether my black card comes into question or whatever. I have never even heard the damn Dab song. I wouldn't know a dab song if it bit me in the ass. But I'm dabbing, though. I'm dabbing on them fools. From Clay Davis's Sheet Advisor, I want to give the ECU the elbow of death for firing their coach. Oh, yeah, the brother. I'm not familiar with exactly what's going on and why they fired him. I'm sorry, I'm ignorant to the situation, brother. From Rail Scott, Doug lucked up and had a Big Ben and Antonio Brown. No. That was fine drafting by me and the computer. So that's not lucking up. We drafted those players. Me, the owner of the organization, and my general manager, the computer. We drafted Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger. Don't hate the player, hate the game. From Uncle Luke, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I'm glad they fired Pep at offensive coordinator because all these points the coach scored last night. Yeah, you remember they fired Pep Hamilton of the Indianapolis Colts, and they were in lightweight trying to make him the scapegoat. What's your excuse now? I guess is what my man is saying. From Al Thompson, Antonio Brown's the baddest man on the planet. Absolutely love when he jumped on the goalpost at the end. That looked like it hurt, but I guess he's okay. That looked like it hurt. From Coop, he says, you're right about that, Clay. Maryland was looking to fill their coaching vacancy. Not only do they overlook their black offense coordinator, they overlook Dino Bablitz, whose Bowling Green team beat and by 3 touchdowns this year. Talking about head coaching vacancies. If you haven't heard, Will Muschamp is going to be the new head coach for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Not sure about that. Just like I'm not sure about Kirby Smart being the head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs. They haven't confirmed that yet. But Muschamp to South Carolina, I guess initially I'm going to say I don't like it. Okay? Obviously had his chance at Florida. Didn't do a damn thing. I think he was the head coach there 4 years. They had to get rid of him. Been the defensive coordinator of the Auburn Tigers. Auburn doesn't look overly, dominant on defense this year. As a matter of fact, they look the exact opposite. So how does he get another job? In this politics and this relationships, we always talk about that. Here's the thing about it, though. Whenever they make a coaching hire like this, they're always hoping for a fairy tale ending. Kind of like what you had with Bill Belichick when he was at Cleveland and with the Patriots and struggled those coaching, stops. And then he basically figured it all out. Because of what he learned in his past by his failures, he added that to his repertoire of coaching, and thus you have the New England Patriots. One thing about Bill Belichick, though, that you have to also add to the equation is that Bill Belichick probably at some point learned how to cheat. So it's not the same comparison. It's not the same comparison. Bill Belichick probably didn't cheat in Cleveland and New England or with the Jets. I'm sorry. And he learned how to cheat when he got to New England Patriots, and the rest, as they say, is history. Cheating, SOB. Bill Belichick. Everybody's thinking that they're going to get a crappy coach with a crappy resume as a head coach, and then they're going to figure it out. People have been assistant coaches for 11 years and can't get a head coaching job. Will Muschamp gets another opportunity to be a head coach in the SEC. Politics, man. Don't go away. Keep it locked. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bvmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bvmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975 and work it out.
If you're not doing what the heck are you doing, this is the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Shouts out to all of the Stewies, man. Hope you had a great weekend. I didn't do a lot. What did I do this weekend? We did the 2 Ops Stews Saturday morning. That's pretty much it. I watched college football all day long, Saturday and night. And then Sunday, what did I do? I watched football, obviously. Took my daughter to track practice. She's back at that track thing, man. That's absolutely a grueling sport, man. Absolutely grueling. But she's having a much better go at it this year. This is her second year running. And last year was really, touch and go on whether she would continue. But she's actually got a much better attitude about it this year. I guess she's probably in better shape. She knows what to expect now. So she's doing pretty good at that, man. She's doing pretty good at that. Yeah. Shouts out to Alcorn State as they win the SWAC. So it's Alcorn State versus the North Carolina A&T Aggies on December 19th here in Atlanta, the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl. Noon, ABC at the Georgia Dome on national TV. That's a big-time look. And there's been a lot of discussion and a lot of, banter back and forth among the HBCU community about, taking this game as opposed to going into the FCS playoffs. I don't have a problem with it at all. Both conferences, the MEAC and the SWAC, are going to get $1 million. They're getting national exposure on ABC. I don't have a problem with it. We were always, treated as second-class citizens already in the FCS playoffs. I remember a couple of years ago, we had a much better record. I say we, South Carolina State. We had a much better record than Appalachian State. We were like 10-3 on the year, and App State was like 8-4 on the year, or 7-5 or something like that. And they gave App State the home field advantage. They made us travel to App State. And I could never get a reason on why that was the case. It was just because. We're going to make the Ninjas travel. So, F them. That's how I feel. F them. We do our own damn thing. And so they set up this deal with ESPN and ABC. And so it's a big look. It's a big look. Alcorn State, A&T, Georgia Dome, Atlanta, December 19th, the actual first bowl game kicking off this year. And both conferences get $1 million. I can't be mad. I can't be mad. That's fine with me, man. F them. I'm serious. I'm serious. We always got bad calls or whatever, even when we got into the playoffs. Once again, I'm talking from a perspective of a guy that went to an HBCU. I went to South Carolina State University. Whenever we did make it into the FCS playoffs, what it's called now, whenever we did make it into the playoffs, one of the teams from the SWAC or the MEAC or whatever, we get crappy bootleg phantom calls against us as well. Pass interference calls from hell. Can't get a break. So F them. F them. We playing our little bowl game, make our money, man, do what we do. Hopefully they can build this thing up. I don't see why they can't. You know, the Bayou Classic is just a brand. It's a monster. You know, it is. It's a monster. I don't know if anything will ever top that in black college sports as far as football. You know, there's a lot of big classic games. Magic City Classic every year in Birmingham. It's a huge one. There's a lot of classics, Florida classics. But you got money behind this thing in Atlanta. You know, the two biggest conferences in HBCU football. You know, some notoriety from the fact that we're the first bowl game being played, man. It's Atlanta. Once again, it's Atlanta. There's always a great reason to come to Atlanta for Ninjas. I mean, let's just be honest about it. And I hope they can build this thing up to be something big, something special. I'm happy, man. Hell with the goddamn FCS playoffs. I don't give a rat's ass about you. From Cleota 72. Yes, Doug. F them. They always hating on the SWAC and the MEAC. I agree. That's what I just said. From Hakeem Balagan. What's up, Hakeem? New person in the chat room. Shouts out to you. He says the SWAC sucks in all sports. MEAC owns y'all. Oh, we do own the SWAC. And it's crazy. And I guess it's just because you're sheltered and you don't know any better. When I was growing up, and maybe it used to be this way. When I was growing up, I mean, the SWAC was the bee's knees. I mean, Grambling had the biggest brand in black college football when I was growing up. Clearly, especially football. With Eddie Robinson and Doug Williams and, you know, it was Grambling. They had this great band or whatever. But over the years, man, the MEAC owns the SWAC in football. Every year we kick the SWAC's ass. Like I think this past year we played Alabama A&M. The year before we played another team. This year we played Texas Southern. The year before we played Alabama A&M. We always kick their ass. You know, so, you know, there's this perception out there from football fans that don't pay attention to HBCU football that Grambling and Southern are the best teams in black college football. Hell to the no. South Carolina State, FAMU, now A&T is back. A&T used to be horrible when I was in college. A&T was down for many, 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 many years. And over the last couple of years, A&T has turned things around, man, and they're much better. But yeah, I mean, as a group, FAMU's down though, but if you took FAMU average-wise of their best years over the last 15, 20 years, if you took FAMU, South Carolina State, Hampton, and not Tuskegee, and Bethune-Cookman, man, come on, man. We own the SWAC. We own the SWAC. Let's be honest about this. From Loose Neck Side, remember that, Doug. HBCUs get more money playing black classics than playing the FCS playoff games. From the Oklahoma Sigma, I'm late, but I'm here. What up, fam? Boomer Sooner. Whatever. Right now, Vegas says Oklahoma's the odds-on favorite to be the national champion. We'll see about that. Clemson playing great football, man. From T-Dub says, who's getting the BP award this week, Doug? We don't do that till Friday, bruh. Hold your horses. I'm going to tell you right now, we got some nominations. Ball Peanut nomination for Matt Ryan. I'm glad you said that. I'm not going to even use my big pen. He's nominated for Ball Peanuts Award. Let me go ahead and grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Doug Stewart, what it do? John Fisher in the building, baby.
John Fisher, what's up, baby? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Good, great show as always, man. I want to give a ball award to my Philadelphia Eagles in the Wackers division of football for giving the Patriots their first 2-game losing streak since 2012. Really not to the Eagles, but to the special teams and the defense. They went out to get it off the punt, returned it for a touchdown. They returned interception for a touchdown, and Darren Sproles took that punt to the house.
Yeah. So I'm not an Eagle fan, man, but I'm a fan of anybody that beats the New England Patriots.
Exactly.
Okay, man. Sorry I had to let you go, brother. You, John Fisher, you had a real crappy signal there, man. You're going through a tunnel or something like that. Appreciate the call, though. Appreciate the call. And I got what you were saying. Bottom line, you wanted to give a ball award to your Philadelphia Eagles as they do beat the New England Patriots this past weekend. And like I told him, man, I'm not a fan of Philadelphia, not a fan of Chip Kelly and, him thinking that he could take lesser players and win than better players. I'm definitely not a fan of that, but I am not a fan. If I'm not a fan of anything, it's the New England Patriots out this bitch. So anytime they lose, I'm happy. Patriots go down this weekend to the Eagles, man. Good for them. Oh, cheating-ass Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots organization. Bob Kraft, old cheating Mickey Ficky, too. Just because you old don't mean you're not a cheater. You're cheating old son of a bitch. All right. That was a little bit harsh. I didn't mean to call Bob Kraft a cheating son of a bitch. But he's not far from it. All right, when we get back from the break. More of your ballers, more of your busters. Everything from this past weekend. Sports talk with hot sauce. Texas Pete hot sauce. Where else are they going to call an owner or some of a bitch but on the Doug Stewart Show? Which some of a bitch was kind of harsh, but you know what I mean by that. He's kind of close to it, but not a some of a bitch. Almost. This is the Doug Stewart Show.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-File, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedugstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. Without you, baby, I feel worthless. I'm living on the edge. It's been an hour since you've been gone. Little Dougie classic for you. That's too long, so come back home. Yes, sir. I can't live without you, so I'll cry for you. That boy is so talented. Do anything that I can. Yes, sir. To feel that touch from your hand. Sorry that I want you. Lady, what do I do? You know you're everything I do. That boy is something else. Oh yeah. Do what you want me to. I would do anything. Little Dougie classic for you. Get on my knees for you. Oh, baby. Yes, sir. What else is there to do? I don't know, but I'll cry. See, he was crying there. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. That's one of my classics. A little something from the Jodeci catalog. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Just a little sample for the new listeners to the Doug Stewart Show. Let y'all see how I get down around here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dougie classic. That yes, sir was right on time, right? Oh, boy. I absolutely killed me. Thank you so much for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. I really hate to play a Dougie classic on the show because it kind of impedes what we're trying to get accomplished and talking about everything else. But now the chat room is on fire. Doug singing in harmony with the gods. J-Rob, Doug, you're one of the best singers of all time, man. You don't need any type of studio editing. Doug, you're great. From Fatboy McCoon, just fire symbols, fire, fire, fire. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Tonight, Monday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Redskins in the horrible NFC East. Let's look at that NFC East division, man. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Right now, Redskins and Eagles right now basically tied at the top of the division. 5-6 Redskins, Eagles 5-7 right now. They played their game yesterday. Obviously, Dallas and the Redskins still have to play tonight to get up to that number of games. So, Redskins leading the division technically at 5-6. Giants not far behind at 5-7. I think technically the Dallas Cowboys still in this thing as well. We'll see tonight, man, if they can continue with the good play that Kirk Cousins has had over the last couple of weeks. So tonight, Redskins versus Cowboys. I mean, it's two big names, so I guess you can kind of look forward to it. Oh, boy. So there you got that tonight. Also tonight in the NBA, Kristaps Porzingis takes on one of his idols, man, Dirk Nowitzki tonight. Me and Ryan talked about this yesterday. Was it me and Ryan that talked about this? Yeah, I think it was me and Ryan. The conversation started out, Ryan, my brother, one half of the world-famous Two Live Stews. Make sure you check out the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. as well as 640, iHeartRadio as well, 640 and iHeart. So check out the return of the Two Live Stews. But we were talking, the conversation started about his two sons, and if you follow him on Facebook and on social media, he took his sons yesterday. It was Miles' birthday. By the way, happy birthday to my nephew. Happy birthday, nephew. You can listen to this 25 years after the fact and know that Uncle Doug was thinking about you on your birthday. So my nephew had his birthday yesterday, turned 6, and Ryan and my sister-in-law took the boys, Miles and Mason, his little brother Mason, to this like facility where they kind of mimic that Ninja Warrior TV show, where they got all these little obstacles for the kids to climb and monkey bars and walls and all of that type of stuff. And I never knew it, but not only are the Stewart boys great athletes, like their daddy and their uncle, but I think we got ninja in our blood, man. The boys look good on them facilities. If you see the videos Ryan posted, and maybe I'll try to share one of the videos in the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group page, but Miles and Mason are climbing up these walls, and they look great. They got great dexterity, and they look very athletic, man, and they're just going along, man, and they're doing all of these things, and it's just phenomenal. I was like, man, the apple sure don't fall too far from the tree. And those boys look like athletes, and Ryan's got this big thing, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Ryan's got this big thing where he's going to try to, like, steer them away from football. He doesn't want them to play football. And he was saying something to me, man. These boys are little beasts. He got them playing or training in karate. So they do karate, they do baseball, they do soccer, they do all of these things. And now we're finding out that they're actually ninjas as well. And so his thing is he wants to steer them away from football. And I was like, that's understandable. A dude that's lost a couple of cents running into other grown-ass men for a living, I can understand that. You don't want your sons to have to do that type of thing if they don't have to. If they can play another sport, then that's one thing. But I'm like, man, the problem is when they get to high school, the football players get the chicks, man. They going to want to play football. Yeah. I mean, I ain't never been to a high school where baseball players and soccer players get girls. So when they get to high school, plus they're around it all the time as well, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Like his basement at his house has all this football memorabilia up on the wall, all of these signed jerseys and these game balls and stuff from him in high school and college and the NFL. Like, unless he hides that stuff, them kids are going to have a hankering at some point to play the sport. You know, he might can keep them from playing it and keep their minds occupied, you know, doing other little things when they 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 years old. But by the time they get to 8th grade and all of the little friends are talking about going to play JV football and varsity football, and they're more aware of the fact that football players get women, they're going to want to play. You can't stop them from playing. The Stewart boys are 14% ninja. They are! I promise you. Okay, I'm going to try to find this video, and I'm going to post it in the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group at some point today. So if you're not in the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group, you need to be. And if you are, I'm going to post it in that group a little bit later because, you know, once again, a lot of you aren't friends of ours on Facebook, on Twitter and all of that. In particular, Facebook, because they only allow you a certain amount of friends, and both me and Ryan have maxed that. So as much as we like to have everybody to be our friends or whatever that listens to our shows, it's just not possible. So I'll post it in the Facebook group. All of y'all can get down in the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group. But these little kids are like little ninjas, climbing all over the place, man. Great athleticism. And so the bottom line is I told him, like, look, man, you can say all of this about you don't want your kids to play football, but nobody made us play. We just kind of got an awareness of the fact that it's a great game. And if they want to play, man, you're going to have to let them play and let the chips fall where they may. You can't stop them from playing. If they say, Daddy, I want to play football, you going to tell your kid no? Seriously. You going to tell them no because of the very small chance that they could have some long-term effects from it? I mean, in relative terms, let's be honest about this, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. In relative terms to all the horror stories that we hear about concussions in the NFL, in relative terms to how many guys have played in the NFL, to the ill effects that we hear reported now in the news, I mean, I would have to imagine it's less than probably 1%. And there's probably a lot of guys that aren't being talked about that are having issues. But think about it, man. There's 52 guys. There's 52 guys on a roster, 53 guys on a roster year in and year out, and that's ever changing. It's like a revolving door in the NFL, new players and old players. So in relative terms, man, you know, it's not that much to be worried about or to be concerned about. I understand you not wanting to let your kid play football. I get that. I always talk about how I'm pretty sure I got a little bit of those CTE effects from playing college and playing high school. But I wouldn't trade it for a thing. I always throw that out there, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. If the NFL owners, if the owners came together and the league came together and says, well, because we're having all these issues with CTE and concussions and all of these lawsuits, if we made college players sign a waiver or not, with them coming out of college into the NFL, before they play in our league, they have to sign this waiver that we are not responsible for any long-term effects from concussions. These players, knowing what they know now today, would they sign it or not? They would all sign it. They would all sign it. They would all sign it. I believe that 100%. Okay? And I don't know whether it's PR type situation that makes the owners in the league look bad from doing something like that. But if it was me, if I was coming out of college and I had this great college career and I just won the Heisman or whatever, and even though I know the effects of long-term hits to the head, they got a movie coming out about it, for God's sake. Will Smith's the star, coming out in a couple weeks. I can't wait to see it. If you basically gave me an ultimatum as an NFL owner and as a league, we need you to sign this waiver that we'll never be responsible for any long-term effects that you have from collisions in the NFL, from head-to-head collisions. If you sign this waiver, you can come into the league. If you don't sign this waiver, we're not going to even draft you. We're not going to draft you into the league. You're undraftable. I promise you, all of these players coming to college would sign it. They would. I would. You know? So, it's tough. It's a different day and time. We're much more knowledgeable about, you know, our head trauma and everything, man. But, man, we love this sport in our country, man. I love this sport in the country, in our country. And I wouldn't change a thing about it. We and my brother played football from the age of 7. He played 5 years in the NFL. I played 2 years in college. I wouldn't change a thing. A thing. Yes, my short-term memory is probably reflected a little bit in all of the punishment that I took as a running back my entire life. But would I change it? Would I say, nah, I don't want to play football because of what I know now? I ain't can answer that question definitively. Hell to the no. No, sir. No, sir. If I could get my hamstrings and my groin to be as strong and dependable as they were 20 years ago, I'd go back and play right now. With all of the stuff we've learned over the last couple of years and all of these lawsuits, if you give me the opportunity to go out there and play right now, I would. I would. That's real talk. Hey, man, thank you so much for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. Damn, I went into a little tirade in this last segment. Didn't even talk anything sports-wise, ballers and busters. But that's okay. It's my show. We can do that around here. Shouts out to all of the Stewies, man. Everybody that tuned into the show and in the chat room. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Shouts out to Waterhead Walter, Dwayne Vasson, Gerald Oliveri, producers and engineers to the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really do appreciate it. Yes, sir. We'll do it again tomorrow. Tribute Tuesday. We pay homage to a legendary hip-hop artist with the music on the show. Continue to talk about the sports and whatever people are talking about as well. even talk about it. I saw the Wiz this past weekend, the Wiz live. I actually saw it. I'll tell you what I thought about it tomorrow. Yeah, so we'll do it again tomorrow. Shouts out to my man Pink Gator and Beans and Cornbread on the production for this hot-ass track. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, so we'll do it again tomorrow. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.